Could one phone call change everything? Was a global TV hit almost destroyed by an old love story? And did Yaman really block Demet Özdemir from Sandokan at the very last second? Hello everyone, and welcome back to Magazine News and Gossip, the place where hidden truths, shocking decisions, and celebrity power games are finally revealed. Before we dive deep into today's explosive story, ask yourself this. When love, pride, and global fame collide, who really wins? And who silently pays the price? Today, the celebrity world is shaken by a rumor so intense, so emotional, and so controversial that it has sent shockwaves from Istanbul to Rome. A story that is not just about casting choices, not just about contracts, but about unfinished emotions, wounded egos, and a past that refuses to stay buried. According to multiple behind-the-scenes sources, Demet Özdemir was officially offered a powerful role in the internationally produced series Sandokan, starring none other than Yaman. This was not a rumor, not a fan fantasy, but a real offer discussed at high levels within the Italian production team. Contracts were being prepared. Character arcs were rewritten. The vision was clear. Sandokan Season 2 was about to become even bigger, even more global. But then, suddenly everything stopped. So, what happened behind closed doors? Insiders reveal that one of the main female characters for the second season of Sandokan was specifically redesigned to welcome Demet Özdemir into the project. The producers saw her not just as a Turkish star, but as an international figure capable of boosting ratings across Europe and beyond. This was not a side role. This was a strong, central female character with emotionally intense scenes, directly opposite Yaman's character. The chemistry would have been undeniable. The impact, massive. And that is exactly where the problem began. According to sources close to the production, when Yaman was informed about Demet Özdemir's potential involvement, his reaction was immediate and firm. There was no hesitation, no negotiation, no middle ground. One source claims that Yaman clearly stated that he could not, both professionally and emotionally, participate in the same project as Demet Özdemir. This was not described as a whim or a moment of anger, but as a boundary he refused to cross. A line drawn after years of silence. Why such a strong reaction? Those close to Yaman suggest that the past between them is far from forgotten. Old wounds, unresolved emotions, and a media obsession that never truly disappeared. Yaman reportedly feared that their reunion on the same set would ignite headlines focused not on Sandokan, but on their former relationship. Reconciliation rumors. Love story narratives. Endless speculation. In his view, this media storm would overshadow the series itself and damage a project built with international ambition. From his perspective, Sandokan was at risk of becoming a tabloid circus instead of a cinematic success. But what about Demet Özdemir? Officially, she has remained silent. No statements, no interviews, no social media hints. But behind the scenes, sources paint a very different picture. According to people close to the actress, Demet saw the sudden withdrawal of the offer as a deeply personal blow. Not just a professional setback, but an unfair punishment for a relationship that belongs to the past. One sentence, allegedly shared by a close friend of Demet, has been echoing through industry corridors. Demet wanted this project not for Jan, but for her career. And once again, Jan closed the door. For Demet Özdemir, this was supposed to be a turning point, a chance to strengthen her international presence, to step into a larger market, and to prove that her talent transcends borders. Losing that opportunity at the last minute reportedly left her frustrated and deeply disappointed. Meanwhile, the producers of Sandokan found themselves trapped in a crisis far bigger than expected. This was no longer a simple disagreement between two stars. This was a strategic nightmare. On one hand, Demet Özdemir's participation promised a significant increase in viewership, especially in Turkey. On the other hand, Can Yaman is undeniably the heart of the Sandokan universe. His international fanbase, his influence, and his market power made him irreplaceable. One producer, speaking anonymously, allegedly summed it up with a revealing statement: "Sandokan is a universe built around Can Yaman. We could not afford to compete with him." And just like that, the offer to Demet Özdemir disappeared. But the questions did not. Was this decision driven by unresolved feelings? By a need for control? Or by fear of media chaos? Tabloids and commentators quickly divided the situation into three major interpretations. First, unresolved emotions. Some believe Can Yaman's refusal was rooted in emotions he never fully processed. Sharing the same set, the same scenes, and the same spotlight with his former partner could have reopened chapters he wanted permanently closed. Second, control and strategy. Others argue that Can Yaman's decision was purely professional. As the lead and central figure of Sandokan, he may have wanted to maintain full narrative control without sharing the spotlight with someone whose presence could shift public attention. Third, media fear. Perhaps the most convincing explanation is the fear of a media storm. The reunion of Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir on screen would almost certainly dominate headlines, overshadowing the story, the characters, and the artistic vision of the series. Social media reactions exploded as soon as the news leaked. Some fans defended Can Yaman's right to set professional boundaries, stating that no one should be forced to work with an ex-partner. Others accused him of abusing his power and harming Demet Özdemir's career. Comments flooded platforms with strong opinions. If Can doesn't want it, that's his choice. Demet's career should not be sacrificed for Can's feelings. If they acted together again, they would break rating records. So who is right? As of now, neither Can Yaman nor Demet Özdemir has officially confirmed or denied the allegations. But whispers in the entertainment industry suggest that this story is far from over. Sources hint that sharper statements may emerge in the coming days. Even more intriguing, rumors claim that Demet Özdemir has already entered negotiations for another international project, possibly even more ambitious than Sandokan. If true, this could dramatically change the narrative. Which brings us to the final question everyone is asking. Who is the real loser in this story? Sandokan was meant to be an epic adventure, but it may now be remembered as the series that gave birth to one of the most talked about, impossible collaborations in Turkish entertainment history. Two stars, one past, and a future that could not align. Paths have once again separated. And sometimes, silence speaks louder than words. This was magazine news and gossip, where the stories behind the headlines come to light. If you want more exclusive updates, hidden truths, and dramatic celebrity revelations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us. Because the next story might be even more shocking.